Hello, everyone. Tonight, I'm going to interview Judy, our own Judy, and maybe a little Anna in there. She might switch. But anyway, welcome to two authors, books, and a beverage group. We've all
I'm
got our
drinking
beverages.
coffee.
Yep.
She has a cherry Coke, and you have,
I have a mimosa
oh,
Ooh.
yummy. Yeah.
because it's finally got up to 80 degrees today. It
Are
was
you
very
kidding?
nice.
Wow.
And a week ago, exactly a week ago, we had over 15 inches of snow. I couldn't go into work like I usually do. They closed
I
it.
believe it. A
Yeah.
week ago, I was in Utah,
Yep. Mhm.
and I couldn't even fly home because the
Yep.
flight was canceled. My
Yep.
daughter texts me and says, I'm shoveling 2 feet of snow. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
was so glad to get back to Arizona, where I
Yep.
live now,
Yep.
and felt the sunshine on my face.
Well,
Yay.
that's why we're doing it this Wednesday or Tuesday, because
Right.
we're supposed to do it last Tuesday. So anyway, I'll let you introduce your sister and then we'll start the interrogation or
Okay, I
interview.
will be happy to introduce my sister here. Sherry is visiting me. We're running around having lots of fun in this. It has turned 90 here. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with the beautiful sunshine. I'm loving it. And Sherry's visiting with me for a week, and we're running around and having so much fun. My sister is from Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
So they have kind of the same weather that we have a little bit here lately. So
Really?
no
Okay.
big deal with the 90-degree weather and the sunshine shining. I did drag her around the golf course though, so
Oh,
she had to drive in the cart.
that's okay. I like to do that. I don't like to golf, but I do like to drive in the cart. And when my husband's up to walking, I like to be his caddy. I don't know any of the clubs. He has to tell me which one, but.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, you said you've been running all over. Have you taken her to any indie book stores so that you can maybe say, hey, while you're there, my sister's in town and I thought I'd check you out, see if you want to have any of my books?
I haven't done that yet. For everybody out there that knows, Mary's always our organizer. And she's always set up our book signings at the bookstores and everywhere. And it's been wonderful. She's such an organizer. Now I'm a long way off in Arizona, and they have several bookstores here. So I am trying to get the courage up to walk in and say, hello, I'm an author. Because Mary's always done it. And she's not here now. I will. I'll do that one day.
Okay. Well, we will have a couple dates if you want to maybe do a trip to Utah. I talked to Kelsey from American Fork today, so we'll see. Anyway,
Okay.
so tell us about your newest release, which is a historical and it's in with other books, but tell us about your book.
Okay. Marie Higgins called me one day and she says, I'm getting a bunch of authors together, and every author's going to write their own story, but it has to be during this period, this timeline. And it's during the women's suffrage and the fight for the rights and independence and being able to vote. So it starts between 1800 and 18, I think we cut it off at 1879. Okay. So I said, yes, I'd love to write a story. And I did. And
It's great, by the way.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Um, I knew since it's a historical, I write Western historicals under Judy Baker. And my number 4 book, Better She Lie, in that book, the hero in that book came from an orphanage, and she escaped and she made a life for herself. But when she escaped, she left a young girl behind, and that young girl was looking for her constantly to come back and get her. But of course, life happens and things don't turn out the way you want it to. So the young girl was left behind. And but things turned out for her. During that writing that Better She Lie, I thought, oh, she has to have she has to have her story, you know. So when Marie asked me to be one of the authors to write during this timeline, my first thought was her. And she never had a name. Okay, they just called her number 10 because she was the 10th orphanage there. And so she got a name, she escaped, she made her way away from the orphanage, and she got a job. And anyway, she is very highly independent at this age. Okay, she's grown into a young woman, and she's going to make a life for herself. And that's where her story starts. So if it's okay, I will read my blurb.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Here's I don't have a hardcover book. I mean a paperback book yet, but I've had several people to ask me for it. So I'm thinking maybe I should do a paperback too. But
yes,
here is the can you see that?
yes.
That is the book cover. Maud's Calamity is the name of the book.
How did you come up with Maud for her? So, because you said she didn't have a name in the other book. So
right. She's in New York City.
Okay.
Back in the early days, and women are beginning to open up about their rights, wanting to vote. So I did a little bit of research on names during that time period where the women were writing for their suffrage rights to vote and looking at names. And she turned out, in the book, she chose Maud herself. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. So
okay. Yeah. She decided her name would be Maud because she saw a young woman that she really liked, her attitude, her feistiness and stuff. So she decided that was going to be her name. And that's what she did. She chose Maud. Okay.
I'm trying to remember that scene. But
okay.
Anyway, go on.
All right.
Your blurb.
Okay, I'll read my blurb. Maud will never marry. She doesn't need a man to control her. Most of her life, she has been controlled by men. No more. Women lose their identity when controlled by men. Strong and determined to be independent, Maud comes face to face with a man endangering her strong will of freedom. She knows who she is and won't allow her emotions to overpower her need for women's rights. Maud has worked hard in a factory to support herself, even with the controlling boss making advances toward her. No man will take advantage of her again, not even the one stirring her heart, revealing her need to love. This is a romance, but it's during the historical time. Yeah. So anyway.
Now, you said in your number 4 book. So I'm assuming that you mean the 4th in a series.
The Silver Sage Creek is a series of books.
Okay.
During the Western historical, during the books. It starts off in the 1700s and it goes all the way through and past Maud's time. Okay. Yeah, it's a series. Better she die, better she love, better she live, better she lie.
Okay.
So there's those 4. They can be standalone. And then Maud is in between right after Better She Lie. So it isn't part of the series. She's just in the town where those stories take place. So it's kind of like a story, another story in that town.
Right. So it's like a crossover, like you see on the TV series nowadays. You have the crossover events.
Right.
Like
yeah,
that.
it is.
Cool.
And you used to watch Little House on the Prairie, where you'd have a story about a character that came in, and yet, okay, even though she's in this town, you hear about the characters that are in the other books. They're in the town as well. So,
cool. So I think that's a neat idea. So is there any, and you can get this on Amazon along with all the other ones that go with it. So they're all under each individual author's name, correct? But on the page, doesn't it still have the other ones so people can find the other ones too?
Yes, yes. If you would like to read during this historical time of women's suffrage, yeah, you can find all of those other books
Okay.
on Amazon, along where my book is located as well. And
Okay.
I will put the website on there.
Okay. And right, I'll look it up maybe and see if I can get it on too on the YouTube when I post the YouTube. Is there anything else you want to talk about today?
No, my last book late last year. I put out 2 books last year. One was a Christmas one, and then I finally published my women's fiction under Anna Sugg, and that was my first women's fiction.
You mean
And
Yaya House?
my Yaya House. Yeah.
But it says Judy Baker behind you on your book.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did. Oh,
I was so confused for a minute.
I am confused too. I really am, because I do write contemporary. That's what I was thinking about. I write contemporary under Anna Sugg.
Right.
Okay, and I did a Christmas one at that point.
Right.
But I did my women's fiction, first one I've ever done.
And it was great too, everyone.
I did use Judy Baker. Okay.
Right.
And it's about 4 sisters.
I wanted to point that out because it was behind you, so anybody watching it would see that. So, and
I'm glad you did. Thank you.
Isn't it loosely based on you and Sherry and your other sisters?
Based on, there's 4 of us.
Right.
We lost our eldest sister. Our oldest sister died last year of cancer. And while I was caring for her, and a lot of people out there know how stressful it is caring for another, for a loved one. And to help me through this, I started writing my Yaya House. And it's based on 4 sisters. And yes, there's a lot of things in there that Sherry can recognize, you know, even though the 4 sisters in Yaya House are fictional, they're kind of, you know, you know how that goes.
I think every author uses someone they know in some of their books. And even though, you know, it's fictional, some of their traits, you know, my heroines are always somebody I want to be. Like, I've always wanted to do this, or I've always wanted to do that, or, oh, wouldn't it be fun? So I create my character and then live vicariously through them. So I don't know if you do that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of my women's fiction Yaya House. I really am. And even though I don't think I did anything, did I say anything bad that would worry you guys thinking, oh, that sounds like me, or that bothered me?
No, sound like me.
So anyway, yeah. So I'll put some, I'll give you some websites to find books, okay?
And do you have a book cover of your Christmas one so we can see that? Yeah,
I do. Right here, I have, wrong book.
She's having a hard time today.
Yeah, it's Christmas Without You.
Right.
And I wrote Christmas Without You the entire time before I realized about the song Christmas Without You. And somebody read it and says, oh, I love that. And I love the song Christmas Without You. So I'm going,
you're like, what song?
I know I did. I thought I'm a little behind here.
But on your book cover, didn't you change it up just a little since that cover? Just so that we know, the people will know that they're in the right place.
Right, right up here is a couple that's kind of ghosted in up here. Yeah,
and they've got like
got
Santa
Christmas. Yeah, they do. It just made it Christmassy and look really good. Even though I like this,
I love that. I really liked it, but I see what you mean. It needs a little bit more red, you know, Christmas.
Right. Yep. So the Lisa that did our book cover, my book, all my book covers here.
All mine too.
She's so good. She says, how about a ghosted cover? I mean, ghosted couple in the background right here. And it turned out beautiful.
It did.
So,
It did.
yeah. Yeah. And that's what shows online.
Yep.
If
Yep.
anybody goes to Anna Sugg, Christmas Without You, you'll see the
Mhm.
ghosted couple. Yeah, I do like that. So
Okay.
I thank you
Anything
for bringing
else?
that up. Yeah.
Oh.
That's it. I thank you very much for us spending time
Yes.
and letting me tell you about my recent books. I appreciate it. And I love all you readers out there. I really do. Thank you for your support. I really-
Without our readers,
Right.
what would we have? So
I know I would probably still write my
Me too.
stories because they're in my head, you know, the characters. And I'd still write them.
I
But
would
I'd
too.
like to know somebody enjoyed my characters
Yep.
reading it as well as writing it. So
Yep. Well,
so
that's
it.
what the icing on the cake is. You got to write it because you love it. But the icing is when somebody reads it and says,
know.
"Oh, I liked it." Yeah. So that,
Good way to put it.
yeah.
That's a great way to
So,
put it.
Yep.
So thank you everyone for giving me this time and meeting my sister.
Yes.
I'm
Hi,
glad you
Sherry.
got to meet my sister. And she is a faithful follower of Two Authors Books in a Beverage.
Good.
And she always watches the videos.
Oh, good.
So,
Someone does.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, I know. So I just
That's
want to
great.
mention the fact that Mary's got a book that she's going to work on.
Yep.
Because she's going to take a little trip.
Yep.
And that's going to inspire her next book.
Yep. I'm leaving in a week for Ireland. And I have a fantasy from ML Fox, my other name. And I'm going to write the second book. While I'm there, I'm going to research. But you guys will all see me because I'm going to take little clips all over Ireland, put them together, and post them on the 9th. So next month, it's my turn. So
Oh, good. We'll look
Okay.
forward to that.
That'll
Thank
be
you,
fun.
everybody. Thank you.
Okay,
for
thank you.
watching us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you, Mary.